guys, welcome back to the channel. Today what I'd like to talk about is how do you take your village, no matter how big, how small, if it's spread out all over your house, and integrate it into your already existing smart home with smart plugs and lights. And if you don't have an existing smart home, what are some ways that you can do that with some of the gadgets that are available to you today? With that, let's dive right in. Hey guys, the biggest question that I seem to be asked over and over and over again on social media and on YouTube, especially when I post photos or the videos, is how do you get the lights to look the way they do? Mine don't look like that at home. And so the way that I do that is through something called Philips Hue. These are light strips. You can buy these online. You can buy them at Best Buy. You can buy them just about anywhere. They are a little spendy. There are some alternatives to these. Philips now makes a brand called Wiz, W-I-Z, mostly at Home Depot, much less expensive than these. So if these ever go out, I will probably switch everything over to the Wiz brand. Still made by Philips, very reliable, very good. But that's how I do the lighting. We've tried to outfit our home with several lights and try to make it a smart home over the 5 or so years that we've been here in this home. And so we have a lot of Philips Hue lights. We have some Wiz lights. Most of our lights are all LED just for the energy and cost savings that you get with going to those anyway. And so we also try to plug everything into our personal assistant. Our personal assistant of choice is through Amazon. I'm not going to say her name because she'll hear me and she'll try to do something. We use her, the little pucks. We have them placed all around our home and they're all tied together. You can listen to music across them. And it's really a great innovative way to create a smart home by doing that. There's also Apple HomeKit, and there's the, I think it's Google Play. All work seamlessly together with most of the things that I'm talking about. All the Hue lights, the Wiz lights, all work across all those different platforms. And so we try to be able to voice change and be able to talk to change things around our home. For example, if I was, if I wanted to change the lights behind me in the Manor Row Village to a different color, I could simply say, Alexa, change the dining room hutch lights to purple. I have to say it a little loud so she can hear me, but she changes them automatic to purple. She can change them back, she can turn them off, she can dim them, she can brighten them, and things like that. Alexa, change the dining room hutch lights to orange. So just about any color you can imagine is available. Now it's clearly daylight in my home, and that's a hard color to see, and that is on full bright, I believe. Alexa, turn the dining room hutch lights to 100%. Yeah, that's as bright as they go. Alexa, turn the dining room hutch lights off. And so she'll turn them off. You just name your devices. You name the lights, put it in the app, and then she will recognize that and be able to turn things on and off for you. So that's lights. How do I plug everything in? Plugging everything in for me is done really the same way, and I use a ton of smart plugs. I will link everything that I'm talking about in the description below, but I use these smart pucks. They're relatively cheap on Amazon. You get 4 in a box, I think for 20 bucks. You connect them through your smartphone to your Wi-Fi network. You plug them in, it registers them. You name them of whatever you would like to call them. I've got a Manor left and a Manor right because I've got 2 plugs running this village scene behind me. And you can set schedules for these. You can set schedules for the lights I was talking about. Everything in our home is automated. It comes on at 5 o'clock in the evening, and it goes off around 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night. You can do all that. They can do random. They can come on at certain times of the day, change colors. It's a pretty neat way to innovate your home, your apartment, wherever it is you're staying. And it makes things a little more interesting as you go through and see that. Now, when you village the way that I do, I've got villages scattered everywhere in our home. I think I've got 8 or 9 different scenes that I have compiled this year, right? And so in order to go around and turn everything on every day and then go around and turn it off every night, that becomes tiresome, burdensome. You're going to forget. It's not going to happen. So I've got everything connected to smart plugs, everything voice connected. It all comes on at the same time. The one thing that I do like, and we'll get to in a moment, is through the app, and I will show you that, you can set up phrases. So I can ask her to, basically I say the phrase trick or treat, and she turns every smart home in my home to a Halloween color. She turns on the village automatically. It really sets the theme if you're in the mood to do that. Or you can do it individually, one by one, however you want to do it. But this takes a lot of thinking about going around and turning things on and off all the time. Now, I do know that certain Lemax products, they recommend that you turn them off at the switch on the home or the accessory. You don't just unplug it or use a smart plug to turn it on and off. What I will tell you is, okay, that's fine. You can do that at the switch. That is a pain, but even if you use one of these smart switches, you can turn everything else on and off and still go turn that switch on or off every night before you go to bed. You just got to make sure you do it before the timer does it automatically for you. And then the next day when the timer kicks on, the rest of your village comes on. That should be a clue to go flip that little switch on, and you can do the same thing. So these will work whether you use Department 56 or Lemax. You just got to be kind of be on your toes with some of the Lemax products, from my understanding. So with that, let me take you on a tour around the house. I know I kind of did this before, but I really want to show you everything, where everything's at. And how much of a chore it would be to go around and turn everything on. And then I'll show you the phrase I talked about, and then how to get into the app and set all of that up so you can see how simple that is as well. Let's go on a tour. Okay, guys, we're starting into, this is really my office, and I showed you the video on the review of this the other day. I told you I liked it so much that I set it up, and I didn't lie. It's in my office. Wasn't planned to be that way. You'll see my dogs. I've got two Czech Shepherds, Liberty and Justice. They follow me everywhere. So this is the apple barn. I'm not happy with this display. I'm creating a little box to put this in. It's going to look a lot better. That's actually in work now, but that is through the front door when you come in. There's Liberty over there. This is the cemetery. You guys have seen that. And so that's another display that requires turning on and off every day. You've got Manor Row, which you guys have seen. And if you walk through the kitchen, you can see that over on this side is Trick or Treat Lane. You can see that there. And while I'm over here, let me show you the plug that I use. There's another plug that I didn't show you. I'll link everything again. This is Wemo. Wemo, you can buy, I believe we bought these at Costco in like a 3 or a 4 pack. Relatively inexpensive. Wi-Fi plugs, connects right to your internet. A lot of folks were asking me, how do you do your wire management and things like that? Well, basically everything here falls off the back. You can see some cords down there. I cover everything up to the best of my ability with some fall garland and leaves. But this plug connects to I think it's a 9-plug power strip. A pretty slender one that goes behind the village. All the plugs kind of fall off the back, and then I cover everything up with that garland I was talking about, so you never see it. The lights, the street lights themselves, a little bit different. They've got wires that run underneath the base, and everything's connected that way. And I'll do a separate tutorial video to show you that at some point. And then if we come back over here, this is Mickey's Pumpkin Town. Sitting on the coffee bar area. If you look over here, I've got the Peanuts display over here. And so I've lost count already of how many displays there are. And then as we come through here, we've got the Haunted Mansion display up in there. So the cool part about using the voice control or the app and everything smart plugged, you can basically just say her name and turn on the Halloween Village, and she's smart enough to recognize that. So check this out. Alexa, turn on the Halloween Village. Okay, so she has now turned on all of these at one time through the use of voice commands. That's on. You can see the peanuts over there is on. That's on. That's on. And you can see that that is also on, as is the graveyard and everything else. So that is how she works through voice commands. Let me show you the app and how to control that. Okay, guys, I'm back at the iPad here, and I've got the Amazon app open. This is the Alexa app. She'll hear me. She'll say something, I guarantee it. But anyway, this is everything that I've got set up. I've created groups for everything that we've got in our home. And so we do have a crafting room, go figure. Dining room's got some lights, family room, garage, gym, Halloween Village. So the Halloween Village, I made a group all by itself. Okay, and so if I click this, all of these plugs control all of the Halloween Village that I've got in our home. The coffee bar at the top is where Mickey's Pumpkin Town is. You saw the Department 56 graveyard. The Halloween Village is the one in the kitchen, Trick or Treat Lane. The Harvest display is the Apple Barn. Haunted Mansion, Manor Left and Manor Right are the ones that you saw in the beginning of the video. The Peanuts Village, and then the Pirates Village all over there. So these all work collectively together. And the cool part is you can determine on your plugs when they on, are they off, and so on, like that. So I can tell her now to turn everything off. Alexa, turn off the Halloween Village. So she will, and then eventually if I refresh this, you'll see that all these plugs should go off, and that may or may not work real well until I come out of it and go back in maybe. Yeah, it's still not showing that it's, they're all off. I mean, I'm looking behind me, everything is off, so I'm not, oh, there they go. It just takes a little while to update, so you can see that real time. It turns them all off. So that's how the voice command works. You can do it through the app, you can do it through your phone or your tablet or whatever you have there. And so that's how that works. The other cool part that I want to show you is something called routines. And in routines, you can create these routines that allow you to do different things to kind of set your home the way you'd like it. And so I've created one called Trick or Treat. And in the Trick or Treat one, it says, when you say her name and trick or treat, she will do the following. Well, she's going to turn the kitchen lights to Halloween. She's going to turn the Manor Row lights to purple. She's going to turn on the entire Halloween Village. She's going to turn on all the other lights in the house that are smart controlled that can go to Halloween colors. She's going to set the volume to a certain level with all of our devices. And then she's going to play a soundtrack called Ghostly Ghouls throughout the entire house. So not only does she turn the colors of the lights different colors, she turns the Halloween Village on and plays music all at the same time. And that's a pretty cool thing, especially if you're, I don't know, it's just, I geek out over stuff like that. So I think it's really, really cool to be able to just tell her to do that and she'll do it. So with that, hopefully that helps you kind of see how things are integrated on our in our smart house as best we can. But with that, let me now ask her to do that, and I'll show you how that looks. All right, guys, so I've taken a couple steps back. I want you to be able to kind of see what I see here real time. So Alexa, trick or treat. Okay, so she turns those lights on. This is on. You can hear the music starting. We've got Halloween lights in the office. sort of a purple, orange, purple theme. The lights up there have turned purple. The lights in there are purple and orange. And so not only does she play the music, but she turns all the lights to a different color. Now at night, sorry guys, this is going all over the place. At night, this looks a whole lot different and a whole lot better. So there you have it. Okay guys, well hopefully that gives you a better look at how I control the villaging that I do in my home. I use a lot of smart plugs. I use lights to get the effects that I want. And for me, with the latest innovations in technology, all of the stuff that I'm showing you is readily available. It's much less expensive today than it used to be in the past. And so you can pick smart plugs up for little to nothing. And then you're able to control your village with your phone or your tablet or your voice if you have the voice command devices in your home like we do. The lights, again, there's many options that range from very inexpensive to incredibly expensive and everything in between. So we were able to pick up things as we've gone through over the years to add to our home to help us, turn it more into a smart home as we get older. It's easier for us to do that. And so if you like the content of this video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It certainly gives me the drive and the motivation to keep pumping these videos out. I appreciate all the comments. Keep them coming. I try to answer everyone personally. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.